Annyohaseyo Yorobun. How you doing? Hope you're good. I met you well. Have you been watching a lot of K-dramas? Because me, I've been watching and I can't seem to keep up with all the K-dramas that are dropping left and right. But you know, it's all fun. We have a lot of watching to do and a lot of enjoyment to enjoy. The enjoyment is enjoying itself. But this is welcome back to another episode of Annyohaseyo Naija podcast. Yes, I am back. And today, we're talking about critical thinking in K-pop fandoms. Oh shit, let's go. And very someone said, she has started. She don't come. Yes, I am here again. Critical thinking in the K-pop fandom. You know, when I see things online, especially Twitter, I just look at myself and I think to myself, are these people dumb? Don't they think? Why is it that every time you see a piece of news, you just run with it straight forward? Why don't you just calm down, think about it? And like, can this even be true? And if it's even true, must you act upon it? No. K-pop has taken the world by storm. Like, I doubt they have ever thought that K-pop will be this massive ever in their wildest dream. And K-pop fandoms are passionate and dedicated. My god. An example of which will be when BTS was nominated for the Billboard Music Awards, the first ever nomination of Social Artist Award, and the voting was crazy. Like, in just few minutes, these fans, the BTS army crashed that website. Like, I was like, okay, these people are so passionate and dedicated. Do not mess with them. But really, how does critical thinking come into play in this dynamic cultural phenomenon? K-pop has gained massive popularity worldwide, and their fans, who we call some of us as stans, are incredibly passionate about their favorite group and artist. Yes, so fans engage in various activities. They stream songs, purchase merchandise, purchase albums, even participating in fan projects. There are lots of things that fans do for their idols. But it's important to know and acknowledge the positive aspect of the K-pop fandom. I'm not saying that the K-pop fandom is all black, it's all negative. No. The creative expression, the shared enthusiasm, it is truly remarkable. Like, when you talk about the K-pop fandom, you it's a beautiful thing. When you bypass or look away from the negativity of it, it's a beautiful thing. Like, when you see them K-pop fans come together, express their love for what they love, it is always very beautiful to watch and to see what this is about. However, with this passionate following, there's also been a challenge of critical thinking when it comes to anything in K-pop. So let's start like this. Critical thinking involves analyzing information. Analyze it. When you see something, analyze first of all. Then questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence before forming opinion. But how does this even apply to the K-pop fandom? How does it apply to the K-pop world? You know, the K-pop fandom is not immune to misinformation. That is so true. Sometimes I can say some fandoms run on misinformation. They run on rumors. They run on biased narrative. But sometimes critical thinking is supposed to help fans discern between reliable sources and unreliable ones. Really, it encourages fact checking. Why not check information before sharing it? And to be cautious about jumping to conclusion. Critical thinking also involves respecting diverse point of view. This is something that I've always told people. I've been in a lot of groups of K-pop fans. I said, your view might not be my view. That is why we are all different. We are never the same. You might like something and I do not like it, and I tell you why I like it, why I do not like it, in a respectful way. You don't have to enforce your opinion on me. Yeah, I understand we might have different points of views, but me having different points of view does not make what we are talking about less of what it is. Does not change the fact that that thing already happened and it is here to stay already. And also being open to constructive criticism in any fandom, in K-pop fandom, maybe in Western fandom, it is important to have conversations that are grounded in evidence and reasoning rather than emotional reaction. Seriously, K-pop fans are more of emotional beings when it comes to some things. They don't think don't let me generalize. Some K-pop fandoms or some fandoms are based on emotional thinking. They don't think rationally. They think, oh, you hate this person, no, I must fight for the person, I must be the shining armor for this person. You cannot say this about this person that I like, you cannot say this about the person I like. And I'm like, really? Can't you think with your brain first without thinking with your heart? Think critically and try to reason this. But navigating the complex fan culture can be both rewarding and challenging sometimes, in the sense that fans can often develop strong emotional connection with their idols. That is true. I understand that, which can sometimes cloud their judgment, and I also understand that. But how can critical thinking help in this situation? How can we incorporate critical thinking? Critical thinking can help fans strike a balance between emotional attachment and rational analysis. Yes, I like you, but what you did is wrong. I will say it's wrong. Yes, I like you. You are great. You are one of the best idols I know. But you did something wrong. Yes, it is wrong. We don't have to butter you up or baby you up to say, oh, they know what they are doing. They are grown up. Yeah, they are grown up. But they also did something wrong. Sometimes when controversies arise and decisions made by artists or their management, fans can critically assess the situation rather than blindly following the crowd. That is something to take note of. Instead of blindly following the crowd of do them no harm, we'll stand by them, we'll defend them to their last breath, why not just step back a bit, analyze the situation and understand what is really going on? This will foster a healthy and more respectful fan environment for everybody. And another thing is that critical thinking encourages fans to consider the impact of their action on both the artist and the large community. Really, I feel that now, with the new set of fans that we have I'm sorry to say this, but the fourth generation fans now, they don't think of the repercussion of their actions. They don't know that, they don't think, or maybe they know, but they don't care about how their actions really affect the people they really claim they love and the large community at large. Because there's this poor representation of the K-pop fandom. When you hear anything K-pop fandom, people are like, oh, they will attack you. Why should that be the first thing you say about the K-pop fandom? Why not being the first thing? Oh, they are so supportive, they are so passionate, they are so dedicated. Not just, oh, they will attack you if you say something wrong about the K-pop community. Sometimes these behaviors encourage cyberbullying, spreading false information, and blindly defending idols without accountability. These idols are human beings. They have to be accountable to their actions. In as much as you yourself as a fan, your place of work, or being an individual, you are accountable to some of your actions. They have to be accountable to their action. But you don't have to be a bully about that. Yes, they did something wrong. Call them out respectfully that, oh, this thing you did is wrong. You have to expect the repercussion for that particular action you took. There is no babying or buttering it up. Fans who critically think are more likely to engage in positive actions that contribute to the growth of the fandom. Yes, and I agree solely with that. Cultivating the habit of seeking multiple perspectives before forming an opinion and engaging in discussions that challenge your viewpoint and encourage evidence-based reasoning sometimes can be very good for you as an individual. Not just talking about the K-pop fandoms now. Sometimes being cautioned about source of information, not just seeing something on the internet and running with it. Really investigate about some of these things, because I know the K-pop fandom can be very, very, very brutal. Sometimes you just see a piece of information which is even false, and the next thing you know, it is already trending on Twitter or trending on all social media platforms. And when at the end of the day you'll be like, oh, this is false. Why? Why must you do that? Let me just wrap up with this. I want every K-pop fandom, be it ARMY, Blinks, Stays, 18s, Ones, everybody out there, that you are a fandom you are somebody involved in a K-pop group, you are a fan of a K-pop group, you should remember that criticism can be constructive, and also embracing different opinion is an opportunity for growth. I want you to hold on to that. Really, if you did not take anything from this episode, just hold on to that. Having different points of view and having different opinions can be a recipe, an opportunity for growth. And this is how I wrap up this episode for today, because I feel I've opened my heart out. I've said what I want to say about this topic, critical thinking in the K-pop fandom. It is something we really need at this point in time, with the rumors and biases flying all around. We need critical thinking from people. Do not just get a piece of information and just run with it. And I hope you've enjoyed this critical thinking episode of the podcast for today. Just remember that critical thinking isn't about dampening your enthusiasm. It is not that when you think critically, that means you are betraying your favorite group, you're betraying your favorite idols. No, it is about enhancing your appreciation and contributing positively to the community you love. Thank you guys for staying to the end and listening to the end. I hope I was able to pass something across to you. And thank you to my listeners, everybody out there listening to this small podcast. Thank you very much for being somebody that I can always turn to and say, I have something to share with you. And you're like, oh, what do you want to share today? And I say, this is what I want to share today. Thank you guys. And I hope I would meet you on the next episode of this podcast. Bye for now.